They come in bright colored packages, flavors ranging from, lollies to alcohol flavors to cocktails.
The Albanese Labor government has failed to control the illicit vaping market.
So for those out there who have been selling and supplying these vapes in vape stores or other retail settings, you need to stop.
Australia has banned these fruity scented clouds, and it's now illegal to sell any vapes in retail stores.
Personally, I think it is good because there are a lot of youngins that are getting their hands on it, so it is actually really good. But me being a vapor, obviously, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I'm surprised they were kind of allowed in the first place.
I have 2 teenage kids. When it comes to vaping, they can access them through friends, they can access them through newsagents, and I think bringing in a legislation might stop that access.
I kind of see what they're doing with the funky labelling and the kids and stuff like that. But on the other hand, is this going to push people back into smoking? Vapes have been an absolute godsend where I work.
The only place you can still legally buy a vape is at a pharmacy, in plain packaging and without any fruity flavours. But for some pharmacists, the extra business comes with extra headaches.
I wasn't on script before, now back to script, and now they're changing again. There need to be a guideline to be developed before the law being passed, so that we know how to manage that crowd of people come in asking for vapes.
They just told me I can't buy a vape because you still need a prescription to get one. But all of that changes in October when the rules change again, and anyone over 18 will be able to buy a vape over the counter.
It is historic what we are about to do.
That amendment was pushed by the Greens, who gave their support to the federal government to pass the new laws through the Senate on the condition prescriptions were dropped.
That can cost people a lot of money. We were really worried about the out-of-pocket cost of seeing your GP. We wanted to make sure that as this issue was addressed, we did so in a way that didn't place additional costs on people in a cost of living crisis, while maintaining a policy response that was in a health-based frame.
But the move goes against the advice of some public health experts like Professor Becky Freeman.
It does take away that extra step where smokers would have gone to speak to a doctor. This might have been the only opportunity. Some smokers actually go to visit a doctor, so it's a lost opportunity. But the alternative, where these products would remain in shops and being so freely sold, sort of openly, illegally to children, it's much improved on that situation.
In October, nicotine vapes will be downgraded from a Schedule 4 medicine to Schedule 3, which means adults won't need a prescription to get them from a pharmacy. But the National Guidelines for Classifying Medicines actually says a Schedule 3 item is not expected to produce dependency.
The whole health issue we face with these products is that young people use them, they're not safe, and they become addictive. Products like vapes are addictive, and I think that's probably part of the discomfort that we're seeing here from pharmacists, is that they know that these vaping products are addictive.
I think that when you look at descriptions of Schedule 3 versus other products, that you've got to look at it in the context of the overall public health policy goal you're trying to achieve. I think we've struck the right balance, and we'll have the opportunity to recalibrate the policy settings when we review the legislation and see whether anything needs to change.
Several major pharmacy brands have already flagged they won't stock vapes for over-the-counter sales, but it's up to individual pharmacies whether they do or don't.
Vapes at this point in time do not have a proven track record to be efficacious or safe. At the moment, there is no vape that is currently approved for clinical use in its treatment for smoking cessation.
WA branch president of the Pharmacy Guild, Andrew Now, says the industry is still waiting for clear advice from the Therapeutic Goods Administration.
The government seems to think that it's okay to do some deal with the Greens at the last minute and confuse all of Australia.
The opposition has raised concerns the lack of support from pharmacists could spur on black market activity. In a statement, Shadow Health Minister Anne Ruston said the new laws also sent a concerning message by having vaping products being sold next to essential medicines like children's Panadol.
The major concern we have at the moment is that people who cannot access vapes now will be driven back towards using cigarettes, or if they can't get it legally, my concern is they'll turn to illegal means such as the black market.
I just left the store which is still selling vapes. They had all the fruity flavours and the seller said they definitely had nicotine. They also told me they're going to continue selling vapes despite the ban.
I think the reality is we have a black market now. Like that is what we have now. That is one of the key aspects of the policy settings that we've just left behind that was so alarming to me. This is a regulated policy approach. This is not prohibition.